welcome if you are new. Today we are going to chat a little bit about protein, how much you should be eating, and different ways that you can fit it into your day. I'm going to make this a little quicker because I've already posted this on TikTok a lot in two different parts, but I figured I'd sum it all up in one video for you guys. Firstly, let's talk about the importance of protein and carbs together. First, if you are not getting enough carbs, you will have to supplement with energy with things like protein. So if you're not getting enough carbs, protein is not going to be able to do its main job, which is building muscle, because it's going to have to start supplementing for your energy needs. So they go hand in hand. Be sure that you are getting in enough carbs as well. Carbs are not bad, and I feel like a lot of people are starting to get the idea and people are realizing that they're not bad. It's not, as big of a thing anymore, but always remember that they are not bad. But how much protein should you be eating a day? Most people do not eat as much as they should be or as they think they are. Now, you don't have to really track. I personally don't track. I have before, so I could get an idea, but I usually just always check sort of the protein nutrition facts, the protein content of everything that I'm eating or things that I'm usually eating, so that way I have an idea of how much I'm eating in a day. I usually have the hang of it now, but for any person, they should be eating about 0.8 to 1 gram of protein a day per pound of body weight. And that is for even like a more sedentary person. Sedentary, am I okay today? So that is someone who is not as active, not trying to really, put on a lot of muscle, just your average protein needs. And now it is per pound of body weight. I have seen a lot of people say that it's in kilograms. If that were the case, like a 130-pound person would only be eating like 60 grams of protein, a little more than that, obviously, but that is just not enough for any person. And when you look at the contents of like protein powder, if you're just taking like protein powder a day, that's already like half of your protein needs. Like clearly you need a little more than that. And it would be so easy for all of us to get our protein in if that were the case. So go by your pound of body weight, not kilograms. And I know it's gonna seem like a lot, like if you're a 130-pound person, you're probably gonna aim for about 130. If you are a little more active, sedentary, it's gonna be a little less. But regardless, I know it seems like a lot, but we'll get into this at the end, different ways that you can fit it in, but it's really not as difficult as everyone thinks to get a lot of protein in. Now, if you're trying to build muscle, you wanna put on muscle mass, then you're gonna wanna eat more protein, and that is where we're gonna see that you want to be eating about 1.2 to 1.7 grams of protein a day. This is going to depend on your goals, depend on the person, but realistically, that is what you want to aim for if you're someone like me who is working out regularly during the week, about 5 or 6 days, lifting heavy, trying to put on muscle. Especially if you're in a cut or a bulk, you're going to be on the higher ends, or if you're in a bulk, you're going to be on the higher ends because you're wanting to really put on that size of muscle. A cut, not as much, but it's really important to get a lot of protein in because obviously you're not eating as much if you're in a bulk. So you still want to be in probably about the 1.3 to 1.5 range. Again, it depends on your goals, but realistically for someone working out, if you're trying to figure out how much protein you need, it's a little more than, a gram per pound of body weight. So it seems like a lot, but when it comes to building muscle, that's just what you need to do. And again, per pound, not kilograms. If you're in kilograms, that's just not going to be enough, and it's just not realistic. You would easily hit your protein needs every day if we were going by kilograms. So remember that when you're thinking about how much you need in a day, and you can go through and you can just track protein on an app. If you already track your calories and your macros, you're probably already seeing that, but realistically, that is what you want to aim for. And most people do not get enough, and they do not know how much they really need. So if you didn't know, now you know. Now, protein is the most filling nutrient out of between carbs, protein, fat. Protein is the most filling, and so that is something that a lot of people struggle to get in, and it's because protein makes you feel more full. So when you eat more of it, you're more full. It's hard to get a lot in, especially if you are someone who is in a cut and you're already trying to watch, your calorie intake because you have specific goals. So trying to meet those protein needs while not going over your calories can be a little difficult, and that's realistic. It is difficult, But here are some little ways that you can get protein further into your day. I'm gonna save the most obvious for last, which is, you know, a protein shake, but little things like this. So bone broth, I've talked about bone broth before. Depending on the brand, the protein intake is gonna vary a little bit, but this has 8 grams of protein, and bone broth is also so good for you. It has so many benefits, including being good for your gut, but it has that extra protein. So with this, what I will usually do, I'll either drink it straight in the morning, or, you know, if it's cold out, or on my way to, or when I'm going get to work, it's cold in my work, so I'll drink a hot cup of bone broth. It's really good. It just kind of it tastes like chicken bone broth. This particular one is chicken. But the other ways is when I'm cooking rice, risotto, those things that you need to cook with water and absorbs the water, I will mix bone broth into the cups, bowls, whatever, of water that I am making rice, risotto, whatever with. So that is 8 extra grams of protein right there. Not to mention, makes it taste pretty good, especially if you're eating like chicken and rice. This gives it the rice a little chicken flavor. So helps with that too, which isn't a big deal. As you probably know, rice, it's not like it tastes bad, but just a little bonus. So that's 8 extra grams of protein in right there. Now, sometimes I have like a cup in the morning or whatever when I'm cold, and then later I will throw in, if I'm making rice risotto, I will throw this into that cup of water, and that's 16 extra grams of protein right there. Now, I literally just ran out of them, but the Fairlife protein shakes, they range from 26 grams, 30 grams, or 42 grams. I usually buy them in the big packs with the 30-gram ones, but when I'm lucky, I can get the 42, which, again, another example of how easy it is to hit that protein, which is why you're not going to be eating 60 grams a day. Anyways, but those are a great way, especially because I know it's kind of already a protein shake, but they're already made, good to go, so it's really easy to just grab it and drink it on the go. You don't have to make it, shake it up, which, not that shaking up a protein shake is that hard, but just for the like convenience of it and getting that extra protein in. Not to mention, a lot of good quality proteins, the ones that are good quality, they have just under 30 grams, or sometimes it's just about 30 grams. Some have a little more, so it's higher up in that protein range too. A typical one has like 22 to 28, I feel like, but some do have more, but they do have a higher protein content, so it makes them just really convenient. I just ran out, so I'm gonna have to get more, but I always bring them to work, and it's just really easy to just drink on the way there or drink when I get there. Next, these babies right here, Purdue Shortcuts. I just get the original ones that like carved chicken breast. They don't really have any other flavors, but these are 100 calories, 20 grams of protein. Some of the seasoned ones will have, because you can get different like seasoned ones, they'll have like 10 more calories, so it'll be like 110 calories, but these are 100 calories, and I eat these like fucking popcorn. I will eat them right out of the bag. I'll bring like half a cup to work, and that is what I'll snack on to get that extra 20 grams of protein, which is honestly a decent amount for this. And what I will also do with these, I'll make like a sandwich with them. If I get a burrito bowl from like Chipotle, Qdoba, whatever, I'll add extra chicken with this, like a serving of this, so that's an extra 20 grams of protein. Like I said, I'll literally eat it straight. You can add it to whatever you would normally add extra chicken to. Like I said, make a little wrap, something quick, because it's already pre-cooked. So grabbing these is a good way to get that extra protein in, because like I said, 20 grams of protein, and they're just really good. I love them, and I eat them straight. I'm obsessed. So little things like that, or even just getting like a rotisserie chicken. We have one in here, but it is picked apart, so I won't show it. But like getting those pre-made rotisserie chickens, literally like $4, and you can easily just pick that, make a sandwich, throw it in pasta, whatever you're gonna do, because it's already pre-cooked and it's really easy, high protein. Now, salmon, I usually get these big frozen bags of them, and wild caught salmon is typically better than the farm raised, so I tend to always try and get wild salmon, but you can get them in these big frozen bags. Seafood is so underrated for protein. Everyone wants to go towards like chicken and steak, which yes, those are also very high in protein, but like a little piece of salmon like this has your 22 calories, 22 grams of protein. Same with shrimp. Shrimp is very high in protein, and it's so easy. Again, what I do with these, I just pop it in the air fryer for like 11 minutes, ready to go, and I'll make a little bowl with rice. Usually I will put the bone broth in the rice, so that's literally 30 grams right there, not to mention I'll add beans, so that adds even more. So it's really easy when it comes to seafood to get a lot of protein. I feel like it's really underrated because everyone, like I said, leans just towards chicken and other meats like that. But seafood, don't underestimate it. Salmon is just one that's super easy because they come in these big bags like this and you can easily just pop it in the air fryer and you're ready to go. Now the last and the most obvious, protein powder, protein shakes. So obviously you can just drink protein powder straight. Drink it straight, oh my god. Make it straight with water if you add some milk, which not only is it delicious, especially Legion, you can use code Michelle for Legion also, but if you mix it with milk, it usually tastes even better, and then it's extra protein. But usually if you're just on the go, obviously you're mixing it with water. But that alone right there, 22 grams of protein, and it's so easy to just make a quick protein shake and get that extra protein in on the go or not. Now you can also, things that I like to do, like this one right here is cinnamon cereal flavor. My boyfriend will literally mix this in his bowl with cereal and milk and mix that in, and that is 22 grams of protein from cereal. And then I also have the mint chocolate here, and I will make a milkshake. So I'll use milk, ice cream, this, literally like 35 grams of protein in a milkshake. So it's a nice little snack if you are craving something sweet and then you're meeting your protein. And also literally any type of baking, you can easily throw a scoop of protein in anything. And also oatmeal, yogurt, mix in a scoop of protein, and that adds what? 22 on top of the protein from yogurt, which I know it's all different, but let's just say 12. Easy way right there if you're already having yogurt, oatmeal, whatever it is. And like I said, baking. So like if you're making brownies, if you're making a fucking cake, whatever it is, you can just add a scoop of protein and bam, you have a higher protein sweet treat. So muffins, anything like that, you can easily just add in a scoop. And obviously you can change up the flavor. Like I said, if you are making a birthday cake, get birthday cake protein powder. If you're making a chocolate cake, chocolate powder, vanilla, like it's so easy to just add that scoop in. Makes you feel a little bit better. But little things like that, don't be afraid to literally just throw a scoop of protein powder in. I know most people are like, okay, protein powder, just mix it up with water, milk, whatever, ready to go. But you can put it in so many other things to add that extra protein, and not to mention add flavor. If you have like plain Greek yogurt and you add in a scoop of this, it's gonna be some nice mint chocolate yogurt. Protein shakes are also great when it comes to late night snacking. If you are someone who struggles with that, which again, just because you eat past 8 p.m. does not mean you are gonna like gain all this weight. If you eat later at night, you may be a little more bloated in the morning, but you don't just gain weight. The only way you're gonna do that is if you're in a caloric surplus. If you're going over those calories in your week, that is how you'll gain weight, not because you ate after 8 p.m. But like we said, protein is the most filling supplement, the most filling nutrient. So if you just have a protein shake at night, which again, this is mint chocolate, it's delicious. If you have that late at night when you're craving something sweeter, it's gonna fill you up and it's gonna leave you feeling more satisfied and better about yourself than if you reached for a sweet treat. Which again, just because you reach for a sweet treat, it's not a bad thing every once in a while. But obviously there are a lot of people who struggle with eating later at night, nighttime snacking, nighttime cravings. Having a protein shake is gonna make you feel so much better and more full. So that is a good way to help with those cravings and then also meet your protein needs. Now the last thing I wanna say to end this video and to end on protein powder is protein is not a meal replacement. A lot of shakes, a lot of supplement companies are gonna advertise that they are a meal replacement. You should never be replacing your meal with a liquid. You should always try and get all of your nutrients from food, not supplements. Just because it says it's a meal replacement, always try and get everything that you can from food. Not a powder, not a pill, no matter what they advertise, because obviously they're trying to advertise that that's how you're gonna lose weight and that this is what you need and it's a whole meal. It's not. It's not a whole meal. You should always eat a full meal, and like this can be an addition. This can be a little snack. This can be something quick if you're on the go after the gym and you can't go right home and eat a meal. Something in addition. It is not an entire meal, and you shouldn't just be having a protein shake and calling it a meal. So always try and get everything that you can from your food, this is where supplements like protein shakes are really convenient, because it helps supplementing for that protein that you're not getting in during the day, because like we said, it is hard to sometimes get enough protein in. So that's where a supplement like that comes in handy. Now, obviously there's gonna be different circumstances depending on the person, like if you're vegetarian, if you have certain deficiencies naturally, like vitamins, certain nutrients, you do need to have a supplement for, and obviously that's fine, but I am just speaking in general terms for, like, you know, the average person who doesn't have any deficiencies, just eats a normal diet, doesn't follow anything really. It is not a full meal replacement, and you should not be getting all these things from supplements. You should try and get as much as you can through food, whether that means you have to track for a little bit or making sure you're really reading through the nutrition facts on different food labels. But always remember to try and get it from food. And just because something says it's a meal replacement, when it's a powder, it's not. And that's why I like Legion, is they always emphasize that as well, that you do not need supplements, but they help with your goals. But of course, when it comes to getting your protein in, protein powder is like the best thing to help you do that, because it's higher in protein, lower in calories. And like I said throughout this, add it to literally anything and you will get that extra protein in. And there's so many different brands with different flavors that you can throw in there. So that's what I wanted to end with and let you guys know. Again, I know it's really hard to get protein in, and I know there's so many different things of information out there, but it is 0.8 to 1 per pound of body weight for a sedentary person, someone who is not as active, not trying to put on a lot of muscle, not an athlete, and it is 1.2 to 1.7 if you are someone who is regularly active, weightlifting, strength training, trying to put on muscle, an athlete, that type of thing. So just remember that when it comes to calculating your own protein needs. Remember, there are a ton of different ways that you can get your protein in. Like I said, Legion, you can use code Michelle to get you 20% off. They're actually having a sale right now too on their pre-workout and creatine. So you can check that out till Friday. May or may not get extended, just saying. But you can also use my code for that. I'm also wearing the new Gymshark sweat collection. We're getting off topic, I'm sorry. But anyways, my next video, I'm going to give you guys a little life update, because I feel like I haven't done that in a while and done any sort of like Q&A stuff. So I want to do that, but thank you guys for watching. I will attach my links below so you can shop this fit, so you can shop protein supplements from Legion, and keep that in mind, get your protein in, okay?